Welcome to the all-new Sports Visions on Bounce TV and to our worldwide web viewers on www.sportsvisionsusa.com. Hello, everybody. I'm DJ Jones alongside my good friend and traveling partner, Dale Williams. How are you, sir?
What's up, player?
Man, I tell you what, I'm excited, and I'm also exhausted because last week, man, I tell you, I had my hands full.
Yeah, you did.
It was a great day to be a George Washington Carver Tiger, man.
I tell you, man, you did your Carver High School thing, man. I don't know if y'all going to have anything else left this year, man. You tried to do it all in 1 week.
Well, I'll tell you what, coming up next, we'll have an opportunity to talk about that George Washington Carver High School event. Of course, we had an opportunity to honor and celebrate some former Super Bowl players, and also Tim Walton going into the Chattahoochee Valley Sports Hall of Fame. We'll also have an opportunity to talk Black history to you. Of course, this is the last weekend of February, and Dale and I are going to tell you how we think it has impacted us, Sports Visions. And also, Georgia High School Association State Basketball Tournament coming up. Teams are getting closer and closer to the inevitable title. We have all that more coming up next on Sports Visions.
We love Legacy Chevrolet Cadillac of Columbus.
And fishing in Eufaula. And hiking in Pine Mountain.
The racetrack in Phoenix City. And all the soldiers at Fort Benning.
And you'll love these great deals. 0% interest for 72 months on all Chevy products. Or receive up to $11,000 in rebates on our 2015 Camaro Z28. And Legacy is offering up to $6,250 in rebates on all Chevy All-Star 1500 trucks. Chevrolet, find new roads.
Its sleek design is mold-breaking. Its intelligent drive systems, paradigm-shifting. Its technology-filled cabin, jaw-dropping. Its performance, breathtaking. Its self-braking, show-stopping. The all-new GLC. Mercedes-Benz resets the bar for the luxury SUV, starting at $38,950.
Welcome back to Sports Visions. It's Black History Month, Dale, and I tell you, man, we have been blessed in more ways than one. You know, here we are, Sports Visions, of course, with our own show, blazing a trail when just 50 years ago, African Americans weren't even allowed on television.
I mean, it's big, really, all the things that we've done and accomplished. We got here on the backs of others, but really not too long ago, this was unheard of. Absolutely.
And again, you know, like you said, got here on the backs of others. I don't know about who started their own sports show, but I do know that I was inspired by the Gumble Brothers, and Irv Cross is a name that goes way back. But even today, the great James Brown, he's a guy that, you know, he inspired, he motivated. He's the guy that I see that all young black broadcasters, male in particularly, should be like, or strive to be like.
You know, my guy was always Brian Gumble. I just love the style, you know, really him inventing the halftime shows and those breaks. He had a way of bringing news to sports, making sports seem like it wasn't news. And I really always liked that. You know, he was humble, upbeat, you know, and the real people now with the HBO piece. I like Brian Gumble.
Here it is, 2016, and Odell and DJ have been operating Sports Visions for nearly 12 years, and you know, we want to thank people like you, our sponsors and advertisers, and of course all our wonderful supporters out there who have given us an opportunity to be in business for 12 years. But you know, let's make no bones about it. For those folks out there that don't understand this business, the television business, broadcasting business, it's a tough game. And I want you to know that we don't work for Fox, we don't work for ESPN, we don't work for CBS Sports. We work for Sports Vision, which is Dale and I. And you know what? For you folks out there that want to make, or at least add us to history, you can do that because, you know what? You won't find a whole lot of guys. I don't know, Dale, if that's a credit to us or not, of being hit in the head too many times. But this is a business that's tough, but it's a business that we love.
It's a tough business, DJ, but when you come from the sports background, you're going to have some work ethic, and you're going to know how to continue to go and persevere and have endurance. You're going to know all those things. Those are things that we were trained about. But at the same time, even if you're in the television industry, we know now that TV and entertainment is real big, and anybody, young kid that's out there watching us right now, you have this same opportunity. There's no reason that you should not succeed, but you can do those same things and even better.
As we reflect and name the names of those greats that inspired and led us to want to be in this business, I just hope that you young people that are watching out there, I hope that we're an inspiration to you, because you don't have to wait on that phone call from WRBL or WTVM or any of the local people that are in our viewing radius. You can hopefully one day start your own show. And that's what we hope, that if we do nothing else, we inspire you to know that you don't have to sit and wait. You can be creative. You go to school for broadcasting, journalism, whatever it may be, communications. And if this is the business you want to be in, whether you want to be on this side of the camera, and there's a lot of other opportunities on the other side of the camera. But hopefully we are inspiring you to open up your options.
It's going, you know, like you said, DJ, you said a mouthful there. You know, one of the biggest things that we always talked about, that you can do all things through Jesus. But at the same time, if you have a passion for it and you really want to do it, there's no reason why you shouldn't succeed. Don't let money be the reason. If you have a passion to be a sports and entertainment person, you can have those opportunities now. You got schools everywhere. You got magnet schools just for mass communication. So you can do those things. I think Shaw has a great facility now. And then all these other things, you know, you can go off to college. You can go to the Grady School of Mass Communication up at the University of Georgia. Auburn has communication. Every school around this area has mass communication, radio, TV, the internet. You can do these things if you want to do these things.
Absolutely. And you know what, just to sum it all up, from the magazine that we started a year and a half ago, to this show that we started almost 12 years ago, to, of course, our presence on our website, on the internet. Again, a couple of guys from Buena Vista Estate, right over there off Buena Vista Road, man. Whoever would have thunk it? Of course, obviously, you know, our faith, and of course, the people that went before us that inspired us to be right here. And again, we're so thankful.
So thankful, DJ. And, you know, like you said, all things are possible.
All right, we'll take a short break and we'll be right back.
Sports Vision is sponsored by Aflac, Crown Royal, Express Motors, Diverse Powers.
Truth be truth, the will to win will win. So intimidate your darkest fear. Revive every forgotten fantasy. Set goals you can never reach, then reach them. Count cards to fight fate stack deck. And if you want to win as much as you want to live, you're ready to reign on.
Someone's sandbagging.
I'd be tired too. You paid my claim in 1 day when I got hurt.
1 day? Serious hustle.
Serious duck.
In just 1 day, we process approve and pay. 1 day pay, only from Aflac.
A smile is the most admirable thing you can wear. And for anyone age 1 to 101, Cook Dental Care has a smile for you. Dr. Kathy L. Cook offers a wide range of individualized, innovative services, from basic preventative dentistry to specialized care. We provide comprehensive dental care for the entire family, including pediatric. Insurance, financing, walk-ins, and new patients are always welcome. So for your family's dental care, visit Cook Dental Care.
Welcome back to Sports Visions. The NFL Combine started earlier in the week, and it'll continue through Monday. And over 30 years ago, Dale, I can remember getting prepared to go to the Combine. Back then, they had two. Of course, they had two scouting services, Blesto and another one, I can't call the name. But we had the Combine in Indianapolis, and we also had one in Seattle. Now, everybody is in Indianapolis, and I tell you what, if you're an NFL player, and you have a wonderful opportunity to go to the next level, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be in Indianapolis.
That's right. You're going to be in Indianapolis, and you're going to have your job interview. They're going to interview you. They're going to test you. They're going to pick and poke you. You know, you're going to have a physical, but at the same time, you're going to get a legitimate chance of being interviewed by an NFL team. All the NFL teams, I'm trying to say, that's the best thing that can happen to you, that you get interviewed by all of them. And, you know, you're going to run your times. You're going to lift your weights. You're going to use your quickness. You're going to show everything that you have in order to move on to the next level of being drafted in the NFL draft.
Those 300 or so players that were fortunate enough to be invited into Indianapolis for the Combine, you know, one thing about it is that, you know, the NFL scouts, coaches, and everybody has anything to do with making decisions in an NFL draft, they've gone through the film and they've chopped it up and evaluated these young men. I think realistically, more importantly, even so now than when we were going to the combine back in my time, interviews are so much more important now because you got so many character issues. And again, there's so much money involved with the National Football League. The fact of the matter is that these people want to know if they can trust you. They're making a considerable investment in you, and they want to know, hey, you know what? You're going from making no money to all of a sudden being, one of the richest guys on your block. Can I trust you with this money? Are you going to be responsible? Are you going to eat right? Are you going to take care of your body? Are you going to be a productive citizen? Are you going to give the organization what they deserve? And are you going to represent the organization with pride and dignity? Those are the things I think now, Dale, more so than the 40s, and although that's still very important, but now even more so than ever, they are looking at character.
Character issues are big, DJ, and really, if you've gotten in trouble while you were in college or in high school, they can kind of sweep that under the rug, but at the same time, if you get in trouble in college, they're going to look at it. It's going to cost you some money. You can go from being a first-round draft choice to a fourth-round draft choice with some character issues, messing up, failing drug tests, fighting, extracurricular activities. You can lose a lot of money, and I think really that's the biggest test out of all the tests are going to be your character test.
In the words of the great Stephen A. Smith, the guys got to stay off the weed. And I know that, these colleges have done a great job of keeping it confidential, to a point. But you have guys that multiple offenders, and then obviously it becomes a story. And again, before these teams invest this money into you and trust you, with their brand, if you will, they have to go, and again, they have to go way back. The thing about it, Dale, a lot of folks don't realize this, but they go back to your middle school teachers.
That's right.
Your high school coaches.
That's right.
These people, this is what they do. This is their livelihood, so they have to be very thorough.
They have to be very thorough, DJ, but they really want to go to people that really know you. A lot of people would throw you under the bus that you might have thought they won't throw you under the bus, but at the same time, you got coaches out there, you got your teachers out there that are really going to be rooting for you, and they really want to say great things about you. But that's one thing that they're going to do. It's not all about the physicality and the running, how fast you run, how many weights you lift. It's going to be about some character issues, because if you didn't have the speed, you didn't have the strength, you wouldn't have the opportunity to go to college anyway. But I think really, DJ, if you got a good character and people say you're good people, work ethic, friendly, then you got a shot.
Let's put on our general manager's hats here just for a few minutes as we round out this segment. And you know what? If we're GMs and we're going to really find out about a kid, we really, really, really want to know. Again, this is what I would do. Again, we talked about them going back to the high schools, but you would want to go, and you're going to have teammates and you're going to have coaches that are going to speak favorable. And for the most part, they're not going to throw you under the bus. But what you can get, and this is what I know, you can get even a more accurate view of who this guy really is by talking to the maintenance guy at the high school. You're talking to the trainers in the training room on the college campuses. There's some people, some teachers that obviously taught you. But those maintenance guys, I know back at Carver, these guys were some of the biggest fans, and they knew everybody. They knew who had bad attitudes. They knew who had bad habits. These are the people that I would go and talk to. Again, the trainers in the training rooms of the colleges, not just the main trainer, but the guys who tape the ankles, some of the interns,
That's right.
some of the other athletic interns. This is good information that you can get from people who really, they don't know as, I guess wouldn't say as personable as your buddies on the team or the coaches, but they know you from how you act, how you treat them, and you can get a whole lot of information out of that.
You really can. You can, whether they're maintenance people or not, or the school counselors or Sunday school teachers, those are the guys that you want to send people to talk to. They really know you. And really one of the biggest things about them, after they pass the drug test and all these things and background checks and all these kind of things, they still want to know that guy who grew up with you, or your teacher, your Sunday school teacher, your third grade teacher. They want to know the character piece. And DJ, we can't emphasize the character piece, the work ethic piece, getting along with others. Those are the things people want to hear about. A team player works hard, last one to leave the field, They want to hear all those things.
In this day of NFL football and big money, man, I tell you, we've been spending a lot of time talking about character. But that's what it really is. Because, again, obviously, at the end of the day, there's a lot of talented players out there. But who can be the professional? Who can wear the brand of the National Football League on your chest and wear it with pride and dignity? That's what it's all about. But I want to close by saying this. If you did not get an invite to the Combine, by no stretch of the imagination, are you to think that you can't make it in the NFL? Because you do know that there's some such thing called an undrafted free agent.
That's right, undrafted free agents. And the other good thing about it, if you don't do well at the Combine, DJ, in a couple of weeks, you're going to have the NFL Pro Days on all these campuses around the country.
All right, we'll take another short break. This is Sports Visions.
Hi, I'm Philip Dabbitt with ENS Men's Clothing Warehouse. We'd like to say thank you, Columbus and the Bi-City area, for 20 great years on Macon Road in the heart of Columbus. We're inviting you out to our 20th anniversary sale with bigger savings and deals than ever before.
To help show our appreciation, ENS is offering complete suit and tux packages only $99. Jackets, pants, shirts, and ties, a $199 value for just $99. Find us on Facebook for details on how to win a suit or tux package. Come celebrate our 20th anniversary. ENS, where you get more for a whole lot less.
If you're looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle, come see us at Express Motors, 1210 14th Street, Phoenix City, Alabama. Or give us a call, 334-384-9101. With hundreds of vehicles to choose from. In-house financing, the right vehicle at the right price for you. We don't want all your business, just yours. Come see us, 1210 14th Street, Phoenix City, Alabama, or go online, www.expressmotorspc.com.
Departure, arrival, search, post, chat, check-in. New foods, new fun, new favorites. All right, new clients. Don't stop there. Explore, discover, connect, grow, celebrate, work, live, play. At Hilton Garden Inn, we know you'll love our cook-to-order breakfast, first-rate amenities, and award-winning service. So count on us to give you all the ways to make the most of every stay. Hilton Garden Inn. It's better at the Garden.
Welcome back to Sports Visions. The NBA action, of course, the Atlanta Hawks still hanging on. Again, I think they're doing just enough to remain in the hunt. If we had the season to end right now, they would make it into the playoffs. However, they played the world champions, the reigning world champions, last week, and Steph Curry and his guys went to work as the Golden State Warriors upended the Atlanta Hawks.
You know, but the Hawks did it. They had, I think they put in a good effort, DJ. They came back 13 points down, came back to actually tie the game up, and then, you know, Golden State just pulled away from them with them threes, and really, again, these guys have already won 60 games, DJ, and by the time
Not 60, 50.
Excuse me, 50 games, but right now, when next time we probably talk again, they'll probably be at 65, 55.
Absolutely. Also, you know, as we did last year, Sports Vision is going to make a way for you to get to Phillips Arena to see the Hawks in action. Know that next month, I believe it's March 19th, the Houston Rockets will be in town, and LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers will be in Phillips Arena on April 1st. Stay tuned here to Sports Vision. We'll give you the hookup on how you can make those arrangements. You don't have to drive to the game, get your ticket already and packaged up. And, man, that's how you want to do it.
That's a sweet deal. That's how you want to do it. You know, you want to get on your bus, got somebody driving you up there, round-trip ticket back, then you get to eat, drink, and be merry and watch one of the best NBA games of the year.
And right now, what we need you to do, if you want to go and you know you want to go ahead and email Dale Williams at sportsvisionusa.com or me at djjones@sportsvisionusa.com, and we'll make sure that you get a seat on the bus. All right. Now, you know that, of course, basketball season is winding down for the local high schools and the regional high schools. The state basketball playoffs is in full effect, and we're not too far away from the championship weekend.
All right. It's championship weekend, DJ, and like you say, you know, we got some teams still staying above water around here, Columbus High School, Central. They still are vying for a state championship. They've come close the last 2 years. Hopefully they can pull this thing out this year.
Definitely want to give a big shout out to Coach Bobby Wright. His Central Red Devils went 30-1 going into their game last week. Again, ranked #1 in the state of Alabama in 6A, and you know, it's just a tremendous season for Coach Wright and the Central Red Devils. The Columbus Lady Blue Devils, I know that they have been just playing outstanding ball. And again, we wish all of our local teams, those that by the time this show airs, that are still in the hunt, congratulations to you.
That's big, man. You know, really all this long road, coming down to the Final Four this weekend for your Georgia High School State Association playoffs, along with the Alabama High School State Association playoffs. Hopefully these guys can pull this thing out, DJ, especially Bobby Wright, you know, going through some things, but really he always has a great team. And really, hats off to Joe Sharon over there at Columbus High School for his lady Columbus High School Blue Devils.
All right, we're going to take another short break. This is Sports Vision.
A smile is the most admirable thing you can wear. And for anyone age 1 to 101, Cook Dental Care has a smile for you. Dr. Kathy L. Cook offers a wide range of individualized, innovative services from basic preventative dentistry to specialized care. We provide comprehensive dental care for the entire family, including pediatric. Insurance, financing, walk-ins, and new patients are always welcome. So for your family's dental care, visit Cook Dental Care.
Someone's sandbagging.
I'd be tired too. He paid my claim in 1 day when I got hurt.
1 day? Serious hustle.
Serious duck.
In just 1 day, we process approve and pay. 1 day pay, only from Aflac.
Scott Sawyer with Diverse Power. Diverse Power wants our customers to enjoy all the benefits that reliable, consistent electric service provides. Our BPI certified technicians offer duct blaster testing of your HVAC ductwork to locate leaks. We also offer a full blower door examination that will qualify homeowners and home builders to meet the new Energy Code building standards. At Diverse Power, we offer innovation through vision, quality through service.
And welcome back to today's final segment of Sports Vision's deal. Man, like I said earlier in the show, I'll tell you, just a great week this past week. Last weekend, had the opportunity to go up to George Washington Carver High School. Congratulations and thank you to Principal Chris Lindsay for allowing me to host the Super Bowl players celebration, of course, and Golden Ball presentation. You know what, Brenson Buckner was, he was just heartfelt, gave a heartfelt speech, teared up. I mean, you know, when you start reflecting back on what this game meant to you and the people that were involved and what you had to go through, man, I mean, it was just a great time to see Brenson and to see him emotionally struck right in front of those kids.
You know, DJ, you know, really people take for granted, you know, you being around this area, that Carver High School is right there on the hill, you know, and all these other schools. But one of the biggest things you can't forget about is that when the NFL comes to town to pay homage to some players who played in a Super Bowl, that's big. I don't care where you are, what school you went to, that's really big for the NFL to come in and bring out and present golden footballs for representing their 50th year in the Super Bowl. I mean, that was huge. It speaks for itself, you know, for as Nate Odoms, for as Brenson Buckner, Rod Hood, and you know, people. It's a lot of guys that are in football at Carver High School, and people don't really, you know, put enough credit on that, I think. But I think really for the kids that are there, it ought to motivate them to get where they're going.
Absolutely, and like you know, like I was saying about Brenson, I mean, you know, Roderick Hood, he had a story within itself. I mean, he's a testimony. When you think about Rod Hood, and he told those kids, hey, you know, I wasn't a star in high school. I got hurt. I didn't get to play much. I didn't even get to play much at Auburn. But he was a late bloomer. Here it is again. Who would have thought that, you know, here we got, after it's all said and done, Rod Hood went on to play 10 years in the National Football League, as well as play on 2 Super Bowl teams, one in Philly and one in Arizona. But again, Rod is a testimony that, you know what, you don't always, you know, it doesn't always roll for the blue chippers. I mean, you got, you know, you got room for late bloomers, and he made it he made it possible for those young people to hear that. Nate Odoms had his wife was ill and he couldn't make it, but his cousin, Mel Ages, accepted on his behalf. And, you know, the whole family, the Ages and the Odoms, Nate Odoms comes from a long lineage of athletes, and it was a heartfelt acceptance for Mel to do that for Nate. And he talked about family because obviously there were so many great athletes, and you played with one in particular.
Yeah, James. I mean, James was a great player. You know, I played against him, you know, all through high school, played together in middle school. But I think one of the biggest things that you find out when you go through all these ceremonies and you start getting recognized is that that your family was with you with all that time. And you think about all the players that played with you, who you grew up with, all those things kind of make that thing really go full circle. You're glad that you had an opportunity to play with a James Ages or a DJ Jones or a Nate. You really feel, you feel just as happy as they are with their awards because, hey, I played with him. So it's really, a lot of people have a lot of pride about that piece, about that they played with you or they played against you, but it's all love. The competitive spirits are still here in this Chattahoochee Valley area, but one of the biggest things about it is that they still play ball up at Carver.
Absolutely. And again, closing it out, last but not least, on Saturday night, the night after the Friday we did the program at Carver, Tim Walton, another George Washington Carver high school standout, was inducted into the Chattahoochee Valley Sports Hall of Fame. And I tell you, Dale, I'm so proud of Tim. His dad and mom, both great parents, Coach Walton and Mrs. Walton. Of course, Tim wasn't even the best athlete in his house.
That's right.
His sister, Sue Walton, was a tremendous basketball and track athlete.
I mean, really, DJ, again, that's the power of the woman, and I think Sue probably is one of the best female athletes that's ever come through this part, and I'm sure looking forward to her being inducted into the Hall of Fame quickly here. But with Tim, good parents, perennial background, well coached, Coach Walton done a great thing. Him and his mom, this kid's been involved from day one. And when you see kids go and work and they just continue to have a good work ethic, good character skills, they're going to end up being something, DJ. And Tim has done a great job of making themselves one of the best NFL coaches in NFL football.
I'm going to close it up by just saying this. Tim basically gave a great speech as well, but the most important thing that stood out to me was, he said that he was too small, too slow, wasn't very athletic, but he had a coach by the name of Wallace Davis that believed in him before he believed in himself. And one thing about Tim, he said, you weren't going to outwork him. You might have been a better athlete, you might have been bigger and stronger, but you weren't going to outwork him. Lo and behold, this guy left Carver High School, went on to be a 4-year letterman at Ohio State University, as well as a 3-year starter, co-captain on the senior team, and of course had a shot in the NFL. And after that, his coaching hat, he put on his coaching hat, and the rest is history, working for some of the greatest coaches in the game, to include Nick Saban, and of course, the rest is history.
Really, when his dad was a coach, now he's a coach, very good coach. He's going to be a very up-and-coming coach. I look forward to Tim doing some big things because he got a plethora of coaches that he's coached under, and I think some big things going to happen for Tim. Man.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for all the time we have for today's show. For Dale Williams, I'm DJ Jones, reminding you to keep your eye on the ball. Have a great week.
Matthew 6:33, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you.